Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's just a small video, same day that the new CS2 update came out, and we're going to take a look at some of the new bugs and some of the questions and concerns I've seen going around concerning B-hopping, edge bugs, skins, and the new animations. So we're going to hop into a private server here, a practice server on Nuke, and we're going to have a little look-see at some of the things that we've been a bit worried about, and if those are actually things that we have to worry about. So first loading in, I'm just gonna buy out a whole lot of stuff. For me, I've seen a lot of people not be able to have their skins, or not their skins, but their stickers, be able to actually load up. The warm-up tag is in the way, but a lot of people haven't actually been able to see their stickers on their op, or especially the ones on the scope. Now for this craft specifically, I don't have one on the scope, so I can't tell you for sure. But the other thing I can say is that when I first loaded into CS2, I wasn't able to see any of my stickers at all on my gun. I was able to fix that, however, by coming up here, going to loadout, and just inspecting my skin. And I kind of preloaded it, I guess, when I did that, and now I can see it. The next concerning matter is B-hopping. Now, the first thing I've noticed is that when you do try to B-hop, your knee on the left kind of does this, like, sometimes does like this weird like glitch thing where it comes extra high. You can kind of see it clipping down there. I'm not sure why it does that. I didn't notice that before. I think that's a new thing that they have. But yeah, you pretty much don't gain speed when you B-hop now, and so that's kind of killed the movement of the game. And I know that so many people are movement players in this game. There we go. We got a little bit of speed off that one. I do believe that I heard someone say that one B-hop is all you can get, and then kind of makes it impossible to continue after that. I am by no means a professional movement player. I've actually just started getting into it, and by just starting to get into it, it's kind of made me upset because I've just started to want to become a movement player, and then they go ahead and remove that. So the other thing that we want to talk about is edge bugs. Are they still possible? Yes, they are. As you can see right there, hit one right on the edge. It's an easy edge bug to hit, and so we know for sure that edge bugs are still possible, so that's good. You can still hit the silo to top a mini to the little curve over here. The other thing that we want to talk about is animations. You can definitely hear in the sound as well that it's different. A little bit higher pitch, a little bit crispier. And I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of the guns look a little bit skinnier as well. So is that something they did on purpose? Who knows? But I know they made a lot of other mistakes as well. I know there's a lot of clipping problems in skins, especially in other knives. And I've seen knives have been pretty much the biggest problem when it comes to doing it. The default knife seems to be okay. I don't have a knife of my own, but we can go into a lobby and have a look-see at some other knives to see if we actually get the clipping. Oh. Here's the first one. And I'm pretty sure he's just cut off his fingers. I don't see much happening here. This seems pretty normal. Let's go inspect the butterfly now. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Maybe they'll have a response. Maybe they'll have a fix. Only time will tell. As you can see, I'm back at the main menu, and this has happened 2 or 3 times now where I have gone into console, typed disconnect, and go ahead and hit enter, because that's how I disconnect from servers a lot. It's just way quicker to me than, moving my mouse and clicking disconnect. But the past 2 or 3 times I've done this now, every single time my game has crashed. And I have never experienced this issue, so I'm not sure if this is happening to other people or if it is just a me problem. But I thought I would point that out as just a side note, since we're looking over other glitches and all that. I do understand that they added new chicken animations. Um, really not something I'm too sure about the like having to be necessary for, but sure, why not? I guess. One thing I like that they changed is they made the background here of this wall lighter, so it'll be easier to see CTs holding, because when it was darker, it was always kind of a problem being able to see them, unless you were zoomed in. It was pretty easy. I think they changed the lighting over here as well, made it easier to see Ts. Wasn't really a necessary thing to do because Ts were much lighter. But yeah, the other thing we can see when we're coming into B is boom, this box here, whole lot lower. I think this is probably a good change just for retake purposes. I know that a lot of the changes they made were for retake purposes because Inferno is kind of a save simulator because it is so hard for people to retake, especially in Pro CS, and so this might be a good change. We're going to have to wait and see if that affects anything. But the main thing they did to really change up the gameplay is added this window. That's going to make it really easy to throw util, especially on default, the most popular plant position right here. That may change now that they've made it so easy to throw like a molly there or something. You literally just willy-nilly throw it and it'll land right there. It'll be able to hit. I think that's a great change. This is my favorite change they've done to Inferno. But apart from that, they changed over here. No longer a little wall here. No longer a little pit you can get into. They've simplified it a ton. I don't know. It's not a big deal, really. I mean, it's gonna make it easier for counter strafing, and changing up the distance you approach from the wall. Give yourself a little bit more advantage if you're retaking or whatnot. I do like that they added this coffin thing because it's no longer coffins. Obviously, it's missiles, but everyone calls it coffins. So I'm glad that they added that. Yeah, I believe they got rid of the curbs there, but this is the only other major change I believe that there's been on Inferno, apart from I think taking out this wall here, is that this rail is here. I don't agree with this as much. We're gonna see how it plays out in actual competitive gameplay, but I've always found that leaving apps without people helping with util and stuff has always been a challenge, especially clearing this angle right here. Now it's going to be even harder. You're going to have to jump, and you're obviously not accurate when you jump. Guess you come here, strafe along the rail there, but that leaves you completely exposed to everywhere else. I'm not a big fan of this, but we'll see if it actually is better for the gameplay of the map. Perfect. Alright, so I know that they added some boxes in here, and I'm not too sure how to feel about it. Right here. That's going to be a really hard angle if there's an op. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious to just say that. But, it's not my favorite thing to add. But let's go ahead and move to upper, shall we? Let's go up Pop Dog. Obviously no longer Pop Dog. Very sad they removed that. I do wonder if they took out this edge piece you could stand on. Next box they added, this one right here. Doesn't really make sense to me, especially when you have this wall. I think you used to be able to tuck in deeper, and I don't know why they just didn't add that back instead of adding this box here. I'm not a big fan of it. I feel like if you play here, you're going to get kind of stuck, so high risk, high reward, I guess, unless you can escape, but obviously that's up for grabs now. Next place they added a box is over here. Why? I don't know. Just an off angle, I guess. It's definitely something to watch out for if you're dropping. Op can catch you dropping from upper B. And let's see, can you see over there? You can. You'd have to have pretty good reaction times to get that, though. Someone's running across. can see stairs from here, and I do feel that this is going to be a really overpowered angle because of that. You can kind of go undetected and then just do call-outs for your team that are coming to B. But there's one more change, and that is they moved this box. Now, this is super interesting. I don't know why it's shaped like this. This isn't like a normal-looking shipping container, so that's just me. But you can wallbang this. Not sure whether that would have gone, but you can wallbang it. As you can see, the bolt hole right there. But I do believe that is all like the major changes to train. So we're gonna move over to overpass. Look at the other small things they added. We'll talk about that. Glitch has happened before though, so that's fine. First thing they changed. For some reason, there's smoke coming out of here now. I don't think that was a thing before. Kind of a useless change for them to add. Just more for the gaming process, but it's not really a problem. First thing they changed was the truck, apparently. I mean, I can't really tell that much. I haven't played much Overpass while it's been here, but I guess you have a better or a worse angle now. You can't like hold from here for stairs. I did hear that they raised this up, so yeah, I can kind of tell that. So that's changed, I guess. They added cables back in. I think that was a thing in Go, but it's gonna make some new lineups coming out, I guess, or at least I can pretty much guarantee people are gonna make new lineups based off those. Let's move on down to B site shuttle. So obviously the next change they added is apparently they changed the railing here. How so? No idea, because I can't really tell the difference. One good thing I'm glad they added in is breakable glass. It's been a thing on Nuke. It's been a thing on other maps, I think, such as Office, where there's breakable glass. Now it's on Overpass. Before you couldn't break them. I'm glad you can now. It's just a more immersive thing. I did hear that they changed this. I think they put these walls in more. So, one, you can't tuck behind them. And two, that makes the boost up here harder. So people can't boost over and see down into water there. So, we're going to see how surfing is. Honestly, I think it feels better. I think it's going to be mostly a change you can feel on the servers and surfing servers. But yeah, we're going to see how that plays out. Can you still do this flash?
Throwing flashbang.
And I don't know why you wouldn't have been able to. I was just seeing if they move that.
Grenade out.
Balloons are still poppable. I don't think they really changed anything else. If I did, I'm sorry that I missed it. I'm not exactly the biggest Overpass player, so I do believe that the changes they've done with BHOPPIng and some of the skins is going to be a problem for the player base. I believe that a lot of the movement players are just going to leave the game altogether and maybe go back to 1.6 or Source. For me, I don't know what my future in playing CS holds right now. Because as much as I love B-hopping and all that, there's obviously other parts I enjoyed of the game, but we'll have to wait and see if I even continue making CS content, because it kind of... I don't know how to feel about the removal of B-hopping. So, yeah. I've seen that a lot of people are having errors with their CZ. Looks fine to me. Mainly it was the problem with the name tag. The name tag would be in somewhere really weird on the screen and sometimes not even on the gun. But I'm inspecting it now and it looks like it's fine to me. So this may just be a certain skin sort of thing or a certain text on the name tag error. So I don't see the skins and animations being a problem. They'll definitely fix those. one thing I don't like: new sounds. Sounds on the new guns are horrendous. Absolutely despise them. The other thing is the biggest problem to me: the removal of b-hopping, or the inability to gain the speed from the b-hops, or get more than one b-hop. With such a big part of the community being movement players, I do see that this is going to cause a big problem to Valve, and the fact that they're going to lose a large amount of their player base if they truly go through with this and don't revert the changes back. So obviously that's all my saying. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. I will be reading through them in the next day or two, just to try to catch up on anything, reply to them. I do hope that this video was somewhat helpful to you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.